Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nobody Asked My Opinion podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan, where as usual, nobody asked my opinion, but I damn sure I'm going to give it anyway. Before I get started, guys, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you when you do. All right, what am I talking about today, guys? As you can see, first of all, I am not in my car. I'm actually on my lanai, and I had to actually pop out of my weekend to record this because it's it's bothering even me. So let me start by saying, guys, I am in no way do I pretend to be a sports analyst or an expert in any type of sports, particularly football. I know baseball, I don't know football, hockey, anything else that goes down the line. But as I've gotten older, I've tried to get into it and definitely know more. I don't like to have a gap of knowledge of stuff, and sports is included in that. So for the past 2 years, I have been paying more attention to football in particular. I love the fan base. I love the excitement. You know, I love watching the predictions of what is going to happen with each individual player, right? I want to blame Tom Brady for this because watching his turnaround from retirement to, no, I'm going to do one more year coming back and winning a Super Bowl was nothing short of amazing to me. But I digress. What am I talking about today? I'm talking about Deionsanders. So for those of you who have not been watching, I'm sure you have, because again, you guys probably are better than me at this. I've been watching the draft for the past 2 days. So Deionsanders, I really wanted to see where SHEDEUR and Travis Hunter ended up. They were both predicted to be first round draft picks, and SHEDEUR, who's the son of Deionsanders, there's been a lot of light on him, like a lot of pressure, a lot of okay, this kid is gonna, his career's already made, he's set to go whoever's lucky, whatever team is lucky enough to have him, right? So we watched on Thursday the first round of the draft, and he wasn't chosen, and that was you started to hear whispers, you started to see the tweets coming out, and it was sad. This kid had made himself a draft pick little bunker with all the hats of which team he was gonna put the hat on and say had chosen him. And he had all of his family, he had all of his friends there, and then nothing. So everybody's okay, this is there's rumblings, this is odd, right? Well, then, he's releasing comments on X and saying, God is with me and God is going to make God doesn't make mistakes and everything else like that. So then we go to yesterday, which was Friday, second round, still not chosen. Now there's a lot more talk. Okay. Sorry, my New York is coming out. There's a lot more talk coming out. Why is that? Guys, so I wake up this morning, and part of the reason I want to do this video is because Stephen A., who I follow, he had a great take. He actually compared SHEDEUR to Colin Kaepernick. Why? Not for political reasons, but saying basically that in his head, it felt like some of the owners were in some type of way allegedly colluding to keep SHEDEUR out of the NFL, or at least make him a free agent draft. I listened to this morning, and I'm actually, it makes a lot of sense. I've been watching and reading a lot of the takes on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, and a lot of people have had some great takes on this. I agreed with Stephen A. on a large part of what he said, because it doesn't make any sense that this kid, who is predicted to be the next big thing, is being put to the wayside, just completely ignored, where people are going, yeah, we don't need a quarterback. You have Jerryjones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, who just commented saying, oh yeah, SHEDEUR is one of the best and da-da-da-da. But we don't need him. What is going on? You have the president going on and saying, you guys are idiots for not picking Deionsanders' son. Look at the bloodline, look at where he came from. Why is he not already drafted? This is crazy. So is there collusion going on? I don't know, guys. I think personally, this is my take. Couple things. One, I think that the NFL now, with so much stuff that has happened with players, okay, we're still dealing with the Shannon Sharpe thing. And granted, Shannon Sharpe is no longer in the NFL. He has not played in years. But so many of the players who have caused so much controversy, the Colin Kaepernicks, anyone that they have had to investigate, pull back, fire, trade, whatever. I think the NFL is now more doing their homework. Now, again, a lot of the owners, what Stephen A. was saying was basically the owners, this is an old school method, guys, and these owners are they've been doing it this way for years, but they're going to be a lot more hesitant now. Okay. And why is that? I don't know how much money some of these players acting like idiots has cost them, right? You don't want to see another player on their way to a game getting pulled over and searched by Miami PD. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? So the idea that they're going to risk it all, I think, is off the table anymore. I think that these, and not saying in any way that that's where SHEDEUR is, although I'm starting to wonder if when they investigate, I think they're doing larger background checks. I think they're trying to make sure that there's no skeletons in these closets of these players, and they're looking more at a moral compass, right, to see if this is potentially going to be a problem 1 year, 2 year, 3 years in. You're offering these guys a lot of money. And if there is a morality clause, maybe they want to get ahead of it before it goes off the wayside. Now, we don't know anything. We've not heard anything about SHEDEUR. Some of the takes I've heard, and again, I agree with that too, is that SHEDEUR is flashy, right? His brand is out there. He's in your face. He's this generation, right? But he's also his dad. He's his dad's kid. I mean, if you look at anything Deion, I remember Deion from back in the day. Remember the rap video Deion made, Must Be the Money? Deion has always been flashy, all right? Deion has always been switch hitter, go back and forth. I'm in your face, I'm doing this. But that was a different time, okay? And from some of the rumblings coming from the interviews with some of the owners, they're saying that SHEDEUR was cocky and ignoring them and acting like, I don't need you, you need me. Kid, I don't know if you were playing that well to be that cocky. That's just my opinion, right? Nobody else's opinion. But I don't know if you were playing that well to be that cocky. And then you're going to bring Deion into it. Now, Deion has never been one to sit on his mouth, right? So if SHEDEUR gets drafted, here's where, okay, if SHEDEUR gets drafted, a lot of people 6 months ago when Deion was talking about leaving college and going to professional, to the actual NFL, a lot of coaches were nervous, right? Because is Deion going to come and take my job? He did a lot of talking. He's very critical. So I think if the coaches get an ear into some of these owners, obviously they're going to have something to say about bringing SHEDEUR in, because if Deion does not believe his son is being coached correctly, Deion is going to say that, and he's going to say it publicly, and that is just a bad look for now. The NFL has just gone through so many transitions. Look, guys, they hired Jay-Z to do their whole music, entertainment, public relation type nonsense because they've been hit repeatedly. And so what has to happen now? My advice, we're on day 3. Is SHEDEUR going to get drafted? I don't know. Personally, at this point, and again, no way an expert in any type of way. I don't think he is, guys. I think they're going to let him float this out to be free agent type status. Why are they doing this? I think the NFL is doing this to prove a point. I think that they're saying that some of the oomph needs to come down. Please, guys, don't make this a racial thing. This is not a racial thing. I think this is a brand thing. I think that if you act that cocky, imagine walking into a job interview and sitting down and being like, you don't need me. I don't need you. You need me. You wouldn't get the job, right? And so I think sometimes that's gotten forgotten. I was watching some of this yesterday with SHEDEUR, and when he was assuming already like yesterday was going to be his last day for the draft, and he was telling his family and friends, "Oh, after I get chosen, we're going to turn up." Kid, you need to act professional. You need to have I can't believe that your dad was your dad. I think that there's only going to be one Deionsanders, and that again was at a different time. You needed to just separate yourself from that and act in such a professional capacity that this would never have happened. Now again, this is my take, guys. I'm saying that watching this kid, watching for the past 2 years what he's done. I think if his last name wasn't Sanders, a lot of this wouldn't even be a conversation, but it is, right? He's still, the talent is there. It's in his DNA. It's in that bloodline. The talent is there. But that cockiness, that self-assuredness needs to come down a little bit, right? we already know what your last name is. It shouldn't be, this shouldn't be the forefront story in every sports news thing that's currently happened for the 2 days, but it is. And this is the most embarrassing thing that could ever happen to this kid. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Do I think that that there is collusion going on? I don't know. It just seems like it seems like they are trying to keep this kid out, or the NFL is trying to teach this kid a lesson. These team owners are trying to teach this kid a lesson. Why is that? I don't know. I really believe that they are now doing more thorough checks on these players. Is there something in SHEDEUR's past that we don't know about, that they want to, that they don't, if they draft him and he becomes this major mouthpiece for whatever team he's chosen, if this pops up, are they going to deal with the free fall? And I just think that the owners and the NFL right now is currently just, they've been taking an L again and again, and there's too much money on the table. Deion, you should have prepared your son for this better, other than saying he's your son, so obviously he's going to get drafted, right? So I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I think today I'm waiting. It's why I came out to do this video, because I saw what Stephen A said, and I think he made some great points, but I don't think it's a mass collusion. Like, I don't think they're all like, but I think this is a lesson to be learned that, when I heard, you guys have to watch the clip with Jerryjones just talking up Deionsanders, but the last part, well, we don't need a quarterback. That has to just, everybody knows Dallas was one of the first places that they wanted Deion to land if he went into the world of professional NFL coaching, right? Everybody was talking about it's going to be the Cowboys, it's going to be the Cowboys. And now the Cowboys don't want his son. So something is obviously going on. I don't know, again, to what degree. If you guys know, if you have your opinions, please get down in the comments. Please tell me. Tell me if you think my take is wrong. Tell me if you think this is going a different route. Because, guys, I don't know. This is crazy, though. And it's crazy that even someone like me, who I always say is like a late person in sports, particularly football, is like, wait a minute. It's a head scratch. This does not make any sense, right? So this is where we are, guys. We're at day 3. I don't know at this point who's going to take him, if he is going to be taken, if he's going to be drafted. If he's not, I think this opened up a can of worms that I can't wait to see the other side. But again, my take is that the NFL, these owners now have to be so cautious. They just don't have the freedom like they used to. We're social media, and SHEDEUR is big on social media. He's big. He has how many followers? I just don't think they want to roll the dice if there's anything lurking in the background, right? If there is, even if there's not, they don't want the eye to shine so hard on that. Not in the way that maybe the Sanders, team, the family wants it to be shown on. Does that make sense? So you guys let me know. What do you think? Do you think he's going to get drafted? You think he's going to be a free agent type of thing? And what was the point of this? Do you think that this had anything to do with either something in a background check, or do you think this had to do with the cockiness, or apparently the whispers of how he acted during these interviews? Where do you think this is coming from, guys? I really do want to hear from you. Get down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm going to try and find the Stephen A. Smith take on this, because again, like I said, I thought he had a great take. And again, he was saying it's not political. He was saying that, these owners come together and just go, enough, they just had enough. But let me know what you guys think. Again, get down in the comments. I really want to hear from you guys at this one. Let's see. We're on day 3. Let's see where he ends up, if he ends up. Either way, I know he'll be doing better than I am. But you guys, thanks for listening in. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I'm recording in my car, and it's so damn hot in Florida, it temped out my phone, and so I had to shut it off, cool it down, wait to start again. Okay, so I guess I was rolling this one out anyway, but I do have some questions. Do you think, first of all, what I'm loving is that the other major sports podcasters or commenters, like Jason Whitlock and Stephen A., of course, are all chiming into this. Because, of course, I feel like now Stephen A brought Shannon Sharpe into the ESPN hug circle, but I feel like for some things, obviously it looks like something Shannon Sharpe was almost surpassing Stephen A, and their deal, that $100 million deal for both of them was, now Stephen A already has his deal. Shannon Sharpe's is, again, probably off the table. But yeah, so they're all dipping their foot in to kind of poke the bear a little bit and say what they got to say. But my question again is, was this worth it? Like, when you look at this, the outcome of this and what's going to happen, I think ESPN, they're giving him they're saving him the embarrassment of getting fired. So they're kind of doing the whole, he's going to step away thing from ESPN. I think they're saying that, and he's saying that because I think, like, everybody knew, and like I said, I've been waiting for days to see what the outcome of this was. This was going to be their end point anyway. It was going to go there because just some of the things that have been disclosed are just so wowzer. I mean, you're talking about, dog collars and like everything, like, so it's wowzer. So I think they're giving him the chance to save face, so to speak. But yeah, and again, guys, the reason I've done so many episodes on this one is because I find it just so, it floors me. It really does, that at that level you're going to be just goofy enough to just fall back. The ground is hard down here, Shannon Sharpe. You're going to be falling back. I watched one reel where it said your name was, on Instagram, it said your name's Shannon, but you're not so sharp. I mean, Lord. I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be, guys. I don't know if this girl's going to win the lawsuit. I think it's crazy that she walked away. He apparently, there was an offer of $10 million on the table, and she walked away from that. So let's see what happens. But where are you guys in all this? What do you think? What do you think the outcome is at the finale of this is going to be? Do you think he's going to lose? Obviously, he's losing First Take, and he's stepping away. Do you think Club Shay Shay and Nightcap with Ocho was going to follow? So I'm just kind of waiting to see. Let's see what happens. But let me know what you guys think. Get down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, nobody asked my opinion, but I damn sure I'm going to give it. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.